Hello, one and all. This is Luckless Lovelocks, and welcome to what might be one of the final episodes. I've been saying this for like the last 3 times I've recorded this game. This might be the end. It's gotta be, right? We've got everything cleared out. Just about. We found the killer. We cracked the case. I think we just have to go back and report to everyone. I have no fucking clue what's gonna happen. Let's be honest here. This game is bonkers. I would like to take a second before we get too deep into this episode to thank you all for going on the journey with me, and to think about following the channel, liking the channel, and also becoming a member of the channel. If you've watched this 700 hours of gameplay, I assume you like what you see. You can become a member for a couple bucks or a patron if you prefer that, and it really helps me out. This is something I'd love to be able to do for a living. And you would really help a dream come true if you do become a member or a patron. And thank you so much for the lovely comments and everything. Let's finish this off. Rocking my armor. I look like a fucking badass. Look, I'm double fisting the guns. It's sad to see this game go, though. What am I going to do with myself? Oh yeah, I have another million games to play. There's nothing quite like this, though. Like, I think probably what I'm going to do is there's a Pathfinder game coming out September 2nd, so I think I might play that. I know it's a very different type of RPG, but I think I'd like to dive into another RPG. Wait. Oh, okay, I was like, is that us? I remember seeing that before, though. I guess we just leave? Oh, it's up there. Oh, I wanted to check one thing. So we've got 2 tasks. Are you La Puta Madre's peon? Ruby said you're a notoriously corrupt cop. La Puta Madre's peon. That's why she was scared of you. When you get the chance, call your station to find out more, if you dare. And we've got the return. Use the boat to return to the mainland. Hopefully we'll have an opportunity to find out if we're La Puta Madre's peon, which is a dirty, dirty word. Thanks for making me say it, game. I really thought he would have set up a trap with all of this gasoline for us, but I guess he's done.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's return to the mainland.
We are done here.
He says, adjusting his glasses as he looks out over the water.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet.
No sad FM?
But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer.
Presumably
the sea is calm.
This is going to be the 2 that we saw in the Whirling in Rags and someone else.
You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
I figured they would be right here. Oh, there they are.
Look what the tide brought in.
Hey, he's got his wig off and everything. Says the man without sunglasses. Was he the man with sunglasses? Is that what we called him before? Suddenly his expression changes, and he tilts his head.
I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it.
This is someone we don't recognize.
Also, you look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you looked like an idiot before, and now you look kind of normal.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
But honestly, calling someone normal is like the biggest insult I could put out there, because being normal sucks. Being weird is the best. Okay, forget about all this. There's a giant... The armor? No one else seems bothered by it. Forget about all this. There's a giant...
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
The armor? No one else seems bothered by it.
Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by it. That's because you're a cop in an exoskeleton.
Yeah, I'm a cop in a goddamn exoskeleton.
Actually, are you? Are you still a cop? There's so much disco going on, it's hard to tell.
Fucking right, Jean.
Vic, calm down.
Okay. Who are you people? Obviously they're police.
Hello,
it's-
Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Is that the Sunday... Shit, I can't remember now. Is that the Sunday Friend, or was that the... I think that was the Sunday Friend. Judith Minot.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Comard.
Yeah.
This is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
He says, gesturing toward his companions. Your special task force?
Special Consultant Trond Heidelstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
I'm getting a little nervous here.
We might need your help with something later.
He adds, suddenly regaining his confidence.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
Look at how much money we have. 106, and look at our fucking net worth. We got this armor, we're double packing the pistols. We're a fucking badass. We should just walk by these dusters.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
No, Kim, you gotta have my back. Let's destroy them.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Shucks, she's all nice. She says warmly, flashing the lieutenant the tiniest of smiles. Okay, what is this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
This is the horse-faced woman. I don't know why you named her that, but it was beyond idiotic. You should never address her using those words again.
Suggestion, me and you, we are in complete agreement.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science.
Is that the Sunday Friend? I don't remember, guys. We've met so many people.
My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
I think I recognize his face, though.
No, Trant. It's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Shit, kid.
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets. Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
What's shit, kid? How did you know I was here? You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde. You, not to the female officer. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you before. So, Trant Heidelstam turns out to be Special Consultant Trant Heidelstam? Duped again! No one's who they say they are. Mentioned a task force. The one thing that I guess I would like to know is if I can say all these things or I have to pick one. I prefer, like, I don't know. I would like, after playing this game, that's the one thing I maybe would like to know. I guess you just pretend like it's the only answer. You can only pick one, and then you can go from there. Where have you been all this time? There's a mercenary tribunal. What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid, that's you.
That's, of course, the most important thing we need to ask.
Maybe you've deserved it.
I think we can ask everything. Okay, how did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I saved his establishment, and still he betrays me? Turn to face the general direction of the whirling and yell, "Damn you, cafeteria manager, you betrayed me for the last time!" Yeah, we're going with number 1. I saved his establishment, and still he betrays me?
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building. It was on fire.
Yeah, I lit it on fire. It was a poetic gesture.
I knew it. Didn't I tell you, Trant? I told you it was our shit kid.
The line is from Lu Jiatun's Mirova 82, isn't it? About girl-child communism, the titular returning character to ghost the apparition of... Good choice, Harry.
He looks around and noticing the impatience of his companion, stops himself. I wouldn't have stopped. Trant, you go ahead, man.
Don't encourage him, Trant.
Okay.
Wait, you aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true.
He exchanges a look with the special consultant.
And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Actually, I suspected something was off. Maybe if you hadn't been so sarcastic, I would have realized I knew you. Yeah, we're gonna go with I suspected something was off.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
But I kind of... We figured that out, didn't we? We just weren't able to say it.
Judging by the familiarity you feel toward him, 2 years minimum? Or maybe a short but close stint on the task force. He's right. Don't start guessing. Now's not a good time.
You, not a female sir. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you before.
It's okay. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you. Neither did he, actually. We're just worried.
That's right. Worried. I'm always worried about you. Every time you don't show up to work. Or when you do, but stink. You're a worry fest. She's worried about you. I'm worried about you. Even Special Consultant Backpedal is worried about you. Everyone worries, instead of working.
So, Trant Heidelstamm turns out to be Special Consultant Trant Heidelstamm.
Yes, I'm Trant Heidelstamm. I never said I wasn't Trant Heidelstamm.
So that... Okay, he was the one with the kid. Alright, okay. So, what are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on.
Can you let the guy talk, Jean? I'm gonna shoot him with both my guns. You mentioned a task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Yeah, totally, I get it. Major Crimes Unit.
He doesn't remember.
They keep saying it like they're surprised. We don't remember anything. You keep saying it yourself.
See? He really doesn't remember. It wasn't a sick joke. At least that's good.
Yeah, that's very good.
Okay, where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry.
He shifts his weight, crosses his arms, and looks you in the eye.
You told us to fuck off. You said we are cramping your style. You're a detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
Did we tell them that? I don't even remember if we told them that when we saw them when they were disguised. Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson? All will burn, Satellite Officer Vicomar. Make no mistake about it. Why didn't you detect or die then? Why would you leave a literal police god?
You were crying hysterically. You were drunk, breaking things, being emotionally abusive. You said we were going into the abyss. None of us wanted to see the abyss, so we fucked off. Like you told us to.
None of this is ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage, Detective God. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
He turns to the blonde.
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, Pell, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
He was behaving strangely. I wasn't really sure why.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Wait, socioeconomically, you think I'm so poor I lost my memory? Look at my net worth. I drank so much, I lost my memory, and I'm now slowly recovering it. I made it all up. It was a fantasy, a stupid joke. I know what I am. Might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2mm hole in the world. That's what I was thinking. We encountered that. I am a highly experimental detective. This was a method I used to solve the case. Something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism. I'm trying to think of, like, what would our Harry say? I think we would go with the church. The 2mm hole in the world.
Corresponding to the 20-centimeter hole in your brain? Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself neatly.
Precisely, Satellite Officer Vic Mayer. It's Martinez.
We gotta listen to Inland Empire. Take this seriously. I suspect there might be something wrong with Martinez. Or I'll explain later, but there's another man who's lost his memory, a crab man. I knew you would be too close-minded to understand the anomaly. We're gonna go with the first one. Take this seriously. I suspect there might be something wrong with Martinez.
This sounds odd, but I was there. The church on the coast was shaking from an audio-spatial anomaly. It may have been anthroponetic or perhaps related to radio waves. Either way, it was real. I've even put it in my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with him drinking himself to the point of brain damage.
Fuck him, you're supposed to have my back.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think Isolary and Troponetics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven. However, what has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Commodore Red. Honestly, I think it's just lying to us.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
He gestures toward the scenery.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input.
Yeah.
Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trant, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a crétin now? I want to know that.
Look at all the shit that we did, Jean. What the fuck did you do? You just ran away like a little baby.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Leadership, now.
Oh, okay. Authority, yeah. I'm ready to lead again. Line detective is good for now. He's wrong. I'm too far gone for work. Fuck all of you. I don't want to be in your unit. I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, Is he able to put his clothes on and use the potty? Or do we need to get him on the disability pension?
What now?
Now, nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Just stand there.
Yeah. Just stand there. It's cool.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to our motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Hold on. In the ocean? That wasn't me. It was stolen by traffic hooligans. I drove into the ocean when I was drunk. I thought the killer would be underwater. He wasn't. The time had come. Tequila sunset. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing there. I think Harry would say, hold on, in the ocean? We definitely feigned ignorance.
Yes, in the ocean, under the sea. Our work vehicle with fish and clams and other sea shit.
I guess the time had come. Tequila sunset.
Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Tequila sunset. Not sunrise because you're almost dead. So funny, Harry. Thank you for fucking me. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? You're gonna get fired. And I'm gonna pay till I die.
Actually, I got a ton of net worth.
It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
I lost it. I haven't found it yet. What I do have is this futuristic armor. Wait, my badge?
The thing that tells people you're a police officer.
No. I was like, I don't want to. He's gonna take it. All right, it's right here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Oh. Let's catch it. Got it.
Not today, badge.
Behold my badge.
And your gun?
Yeah, I was impressed by the piece of plastic in your hand. I'm holding my gun, aren't I?
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements. Here we go again. Lost gun, trying to terrorize you.
We've got all these. We've got 3 guns. My gun is right here.
Phew, he has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
So it doesn't even matter that I found my gun? I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again. Lie. So what? I've had a little drink. I tried not to, but I can't work as well without it. Yeah, I'm drunk. I'm also on drugs. Let's go with I tried not to, but I can't work as well without it.
Well, you let the suspect escape. Glacier something. Because you were too drunk to assess our flight risk.
We've read the reports. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Plazia? She was some kind of spy from the Occident, specially trained. Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island. Okay, I got duped there. She pulled one on me. Yes, I let her go as an act of mercy. That's all just a small detail in a huge case you know nothing about. That doesn't matter. None of it does. We are looking at the oxygen holocaust, times a quadrillion. I have come to know the final fate of man and the universe. I'm going to go with Claudia. She was some kind of spy from the Occident, specially trained.
Oh, well, if she was specially trained. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect. The one who shot herself in the head. Or the fact that you're Everard Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 7 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
I solved the fucking case!
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Yeah, what he said. I also solved the case. It's solved, all of it. Yeah, it was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you? Seriously. The firefight is a trivial matter compared to the greatest discovery of this century. Yeah, we're going to go with, I also solved the case. It's solved, all of it.
Detective, it's better if I do that.
Okay.
It's so much better if he does this. 1,000,000 times better.
Okay, Kim's got us.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He brushes a stray strand of hair out of his eye and coughs. Maybe I need to stop drinking.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
I record so much better when I'm drunk.
You spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
Oh, he loves us. We're in love. We're gonna get married.
On the case?
Uh-oh.
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge, that's all true. And he's been drinking on the job. Then there's the superstar. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day.
Kim knows us so well.
It's odd, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a hustler. He grinds. He makes the real. He's a visionary and a money engineer, which is just...
He shakes his head.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Some kind of anti-radiation drug he uses to induce visions. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact.
Boom!
He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Vicmar, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Kim, oh.
Okay, he did something.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
Boom.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand.
I hope the phasmid's actually there and Kim's not just seeing shit also.
You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Boom shakalaka, motherfucker!
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
The man cranes his neck, still looking at the photo.
Detective?
Yes, I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away. It makes us a fucking superstar cop. You guys can all say it.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we want to mention that we started a nightclub and a drug lab in the church. The Phasm was female. The reeds are its nest. The killer, Lilianovich Dros. We have a strong motive for him. And I also fixed the strike situation. There's also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found. Do we just do all of these? I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area. I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad. Confiscated them and then took them. Let's start from the killer. I assume we're going to be able to just talk about all this stuff. We have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
A revolutionary matronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
Oh.
This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trout. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy. That's true. Killed the mercenary hoping to start a war between the company and the Union. Actually, I'm not sure if I have a motive. I had another thing. Let's go jealousy, because that seemed to be the true motive.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years, 70-something?
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that. Way more.
It's more than that. A perfect folding mechanism, like the Phasmid. It's way more than that. It will win me Dora back. It's my masterpiece. They'll teach this in cop school. I did all I could. Every second was a struggle. Still not completely satisfied with it. It could be just a little neater. It's my masterpiece. They'll teach this in cop school.
Masterpiece. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
Yeah, and I did this well drunk and high. What the fuck have you done?
God damn it. It is bad. Even you can see.
Oh, shit.
Chin up. Keep focusing on the positives here.
Okay. Also, the Phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female, and the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
It had gathered items in its nest. A helmet, a scope, and a passport.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
I still think it was female.
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs.
I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis. 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 I had to say that a few times.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
It told me.
Then it wouldn't matter if it's male or female. The bower would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation.
He ignores your answer.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here.
It had mandibles that looked like hair, and it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. cop discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it,
He shakes his head.
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
yes. Fallen through a gap in the boardwalk. Drunk.
How'd you know I found him?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
And meanwhile, you were in a disguise, just hanging out?
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10, a commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. I looked into it.
Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
There was a fridge we needed and a possible witness. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment, it seemed like you were just wasting time.
And I also fixed the strike situation.
How? It seems to be ongoing. I see red banners on the gates.
He didn't quite solve it. He cross-pollinated information between the company rep and Evrard, until the rep came to see that the Union desires war, at which point Mrs. Messier decided to...
He shrugs.
What? And Claire de Terminal?
I just told some people some things. No big deal. Things are calmer now. I masterminded a solution to an unsolvable problem.
Sounds like you got played, Harry. Because you were off your tits on Al Ghul.
Hey, how do you know about Al Ghul?
It doesn't matter how I know about Al Ghul. What matters is, you're Evrard Claire's peony now. Just as I said. He's a mob boss, did you know?
It's not quite like that. The move allowed us to stabilize things here. It was not bad for Martinez, and we don't owe anyone anything.
Okay.
Silence. Good. The man doesn't know what to say.
I don't think we mentioned the nightclub and the drugs, because we don't... I think we took the drugs. So what do you say? Want to take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder.
He shrugs.
So I have to. Jude?
Honestly, anything that ends this trial is okay with me.
A quick nod.
But he's been drinking, she thinks. This is exactly how he gets out of this every time. It's bad for him, but...
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Yes!
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait, I have a few questions before we go about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
But before?
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should
Oh.
we maybe...
An entrepreneur gym teacher?
No, a regular one.
No way, I was a rock and roll singer.
You haven't told us about that. You just told us about being a gym teacher.
Well, that does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair,
The collection of fallen sportswear I've amassed.
your moves on the church floor, which honestly were just jump aerobics, your use of the word graffito.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy. God, even this javelin-throwing freak here.
When was this? When was I a gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
You said in Coural, I was a gym teacher there?
Yes, you taught gym in Courant. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
Why did I join the RCM then?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
I think I should put a point in, I don't know, something physical after that. Electrochemistry. Wait, Half-Light? What is the Half-Light again? Shoot now, ask questions later. Pain threshold. Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Hey, look at that! Did that point? Our total was 10, so it would have been 9. I don't know, I guess ties is a success. I'm just gonna assume that point gave it to us. Is her name Dora?
Yeah. Dora Ingerlund, I think.
Not Dora Dubois.
Wait, Dora Ingerland?
Something like that.
So we weren't even married?
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
What was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago? She was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
6 years?
No, it was 6. Like ancient. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Ingerlund really tore you a new one. A big one.
Okay, that was different from what he said. Or this is written differently from what he said. Yeah, or 7? You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. Ah. Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
No, I figures.
Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin. Pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture. But it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Just everyone had to chime in there.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first. The middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Okay. Am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No.
No, because the suspect seemed to think.
You're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
Fair.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
So why would she say that? Or was that something that someone told her to, like, Everett? I don't know.
I told you it's not that bad.
So Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station. Haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
He tilts his head northward.
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Torson and McLean?
Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
Yeah, I heard them. They're definitely not fit to do much of anything. Chester McLean? That sounds like a 70s porn name. The Torso?
They are damn iconic, though. Torson and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it?
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We're garbage.
And the Sea Wing is?
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
It's like I'm gonna ask. I want to know all this shit because we spent so much time in this game. This might be, if it's not my longest playthrough, it's one of them.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
He's anything but a loser, although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way.
And Price is?
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the Force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office.
I love these names.
They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast.
So I work in the Bloody Murder Station.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Kim's just the best. The Phasmid. I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this Phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
She looks at Vicmer.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
She is going to be over the moon.
No kidding.
Watch out, or she'll faint.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
He pulls up his collar and looks around, the cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his glasses.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in. And crazy enough. can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
Lieutenant turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
We got an achievement! Recruit Detective Kim Kitsuragi! Kitsuragi, I mean. He returns her smile.
He's really considering it.
Yeah! I'm ready.
Good.
We got a breakthrough? What? Why does this always happen? Like right at the end of something big.
Fuck it. Let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
The man points down the street.
Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls inside. Fire traps as far as the eye can see, from Main Street to Precinct 41 atop the motorway, to Boogie Street forking into the dark horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time.
I've got shivers right now.
Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstam? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price points his pen at the doctor. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through, and when he does, he'll side with Revachol. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list.
Damn right.
Winner? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Is this the end? Oh, man. Watch out for the water. It's a doozy. We did it, everybody! Disco Elysium completed. Thank you so much for going on the adventure with me. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, man. And thank you, of course, to the devs for making an amazing game. The voice acting was great. The writing was awesome. The gameplay was so much fun. Are they going to make a sequel, you think? What's their... Have you guys been keeping track? What are they... It must take so long to make a game like this. Holy crap. It's just so dense. Like, there's so much happening. And a lot of the side quests were, like, as long as a normal game's main quest, you know? And it's complicated. Okay, I'm going to be quiet during the credits to give the devs the love that they deserve. Without them, I wouldn't have a channel. So I'll see you on the flip side with my final thoughts. Wait, Kuno was Jean-Vic Maire? What? I did not see that at all. Oh, Pale Driver was awesome. Oh, that was the original voice acting, I think. Oh, I really hope they make a sequel, because I think the world is so compelling and they've just established these great characters. I'd love to continue exploring the rest of the world. But at the same time, I can tell that the like creators, the writers, like the directors for this game and the artists probably poured so much love into it that it's just like, it's one of those things where you might want to give it a break for a bit. Come back to it when you feel really like, when you have the desire to continue something like this. It's like I've been in just this playthrough, for example, you know, like I put so much into this, spent so many hours playing it. I wouldn't want to play Disco Elysium 2 after this, because I just wouldn't be able to put the same effort into it. I would wait a while. That was so awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you did decide to skip to the end or watch the credits, I don't think a lot of people do. I really appreciate all the love, all the comments. Thank you guys so much for the support. I don't know what to say. This is the end of a grand journey. I probably won't play the game again. I like that we have our playthrough, my playthrough. It's a distinct thing. If I did, I would I would intentionally pick totally different things, and like, I don't know, it just feels so weird to do that. I like to have pick what I would want to pick for my character, you know, and that's my playthrough. Wow. Thank you guys so much. I don't really have much else to say. This is definitely going to be in my top 10. Oh, there's so many games that I played recently, like Subnautica, that are like cracking that top 10 all time. I think I could take out Planescape Torment and replace, you know, this has like that place where Planescape Torment had in my my gaming experiences. It just took like a lot of those ideas, but like created a whole new world and a whole different thing, and it was like amped up to like 1,000,000 how complicated all this, how great the writing was, and like how complicated the world is. And I definitely would like to explore more of it, like a different district or something. They could take it like to the next level on an even grander scale, because this was a very almost like personal story about the city. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Lekless Lovelock signing off for good on Disco Elysium. I'll see you on the next series, and I love you all.